Blake Lively's claims that she was allegedly harassed by this guy when they shot the movie It Ends With Us, a film about domestic violence. And was Justin didn't harass Blake. Blake was interested in wresting control of this movie away from Justin, who was the director and the producer. She was just an actress in it. And to the point where this guy was in the basement at his own movie's premiere. And that what in fact happened was you guys were the ones out there generating negative press against Justin. You guys were the ones who were trying to ruin Justin at the Reynolds penthouse in Manhattan, where Ryan Reynolds allegedly bullied Justin so badly that a Sony representative, and her biggest takeaway was, it was so nasty. There's just so much more to this story, and the media's already like self-flagellating. Oh, we were too mean to Blake. And now you see text messages from Blake Lively comparing herself. She's the mother of dragons in Game of Thrones, that she too has her dragons, Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift. What Brian Friedman alleges is, and that they are powerful advocates for her. You'll go along or I'll unleash my dragons on you, you loser who no one's ever heard of.
I can't believe neither side is like giving in. They're like digging in further.
It's going to be the kind of lawsuit that is full of evidence, documents, which prove exactly what she did to take over the movie and used her PR people to try and destroy Justin. And we're carefully considering other people that will be sued also. Ryan Reynolds, for sure.
Baldoni is going on the offensive. He just launched a website containing 168 pages of documents and text.
Hollywood's latest attempt at adapting the best-selling novel It Ends With Us was meant to be a heartfelt blockbuster, but instead, it has spiraled into a full-blown media firestorm that no one saw coming. Directed by Justin Baldoni and starring Blake Lively, the film has already hit theaters, but both critics and audiences are tearing it apart, labeling it a massive flop. To make matters worse, Lively and Baldoni are now locked in lawsuits against each other, with swirling rumors suggesting potential jail time for Lively. A gag order that could have prevented this very public battle has been outright denied, only intensifying the drama. Adding fuel to the fire, a New York Times expose, seen by some as an unfair attack on Baldoni, has thrown the entire project into deeper controversy. And just when it seemed things couldn't get messier, Baldoni launched a website packed with explosive documents and text messages aimed at proving his side of the story. Instead of calming the storm, it's only made this Hollywood scandal burn even hotter. So, how did it all go so wrong? And is there any hope left for this ill-fated project? When news first broke that It Ends With Us, a novel praised for its emotional depth, was getting a film adaptation, fans were ecstatic. The initial announcement felt like a dream team: Justin Baldoni, known for his heartfelt storytelling, and Blake Lively, a red carpet icon whose off-screen presence often overshadows her acting career. However, some questioned whether Lively was the right choice for such a deeply emotional role, labeling her a safe actress for a part that demanded more nuance. Still, excitement remained high. After all, Baldoni had a proven track record of turning sentimental narratives into box office hits. Yet from the start, whispers of creative clashes emerged. Baldoni reportedly pushed for an emotionally raw and faithful adaptation, while Lively was rumored to be leaning towards a more mainstream, polished approach, infusing comedic elements and Hollywood glamour. No one expected that what seemed like standard creative disagreements would escalate into the disaster now unfolding before the world. The first red flags appeared when on-set sources revealed tension over comedic rewrites. Baldoni was determined to preserve the novel's gut-wrenching moments, while Lively allegedly pushed for punchlines and a glossy aesthetic. Fans of the book were already uneasy when leaked images showed Lively in high-fashion outfits that felt out of sync with the story's serious tone. Rumors quickly snowballed. Lively reportedly felt sidelined and claimed she was excluded from key decisions, while Baldoni insisted that one person's comedic instincts shouldn't override the novel's core message. Many assumed the film would suffer, but few expected what came next, a legal battle that sent shockwaves through Hollywood. When Justin Baldoni filed a defamation lawsuit against Blake Lively, fans and industry insiders were stunned by the magnitude of his accusations. He claimed that Lively had allegedly spread falsehoods about Baldoni's directorial style, portraying him as a controlling tyrant who shut her out of all creative input. Baldoni, in turn, claimed these accusations not only damaged his professional reputation, but also sabotaged the film's box office potential. Defamation lawsuits are nothing new in Hollywood, but Baldoni took it to another level, demanding a massive sum in damages, making it clear he wouldn't let these allegations go unchallenged. Then came Lively's countermove. She filed her own lawsuit, accusing Baldoni of bullying her on set and obstructing her ability to perform at her best. What started as a behind-the-scenes feud had now exploded into an all-out legal war. Despite the escalating courtroom drama, the studio pushed forward with the film's release. For fans, this was a moment of truth. Would the adaptation capture even a fraction of the novel's emotional depth? The verdict? Widespread disappointment. Critics lambasted the film for its inconsistent tone, a bizarre mix of tearful confessions and awkward humor that clashed with the book's raw intensity. The box office numbers only reinforced the film's failure to connect with audiences. In hindsight, many wonder, was the movie doomed from the moment creative tensions took hold? The behind-the-scenes turmoil overshadowed any real promotional effort, as Baldoni and Lively's legal war dominated the headlines. The film had become a cautionary tale, a glaring reminder that off-screen chaos often leads to on-screen disaster. In a desperate bid to end the very public mudslinging, one side, reportedly Lively's team, petitioned for a gag order to silence both parties. The court rejected it, leaving the door wide open for fresh bombshells to drop daily. Now, every new piece of evidence, whether real or speculative, is making its way onto social media and gossip sites, fueling the drama even further. Without a gag order, both Baldoni and Lively have continued to defend themselves in the court of public opinion. Lively's team has released statements detailing her alleged mistreatment, while Baldoni's supporters have fired back with behind-the-scenes accounts. The relentless back and forth has completely overshadowed whatever remained of the film's credibility. In a move almost unheard of in Hollywood, Justin Baldoni took matters into his own hands, launching a website dedicated entirely to the lawsuit. The site features a trove of documents, text messages, and production emails that, according to Baldoni, prove Lively deliberately twisted facts and manipulated public perception to paint him as the villain. Fans and industry insiders alike are poring over these leaked exchanges with morbid curiosity. Some messages allegedly show Lively pushing for comedic tweaks that stripped key emotional moments of their weight. Others suggest she backtracked once fan backlash became too loud to ignore. While critics argue Baldoni's decision to go public is nothing more than a PR stunt, his supporters see it as a bold act of transparency, a way to let the truth speak for itself. Then enter the New York Times. Known for its high journalistic standards, the publication released an in-depth feature on the controversy. But instead of being a neutral exposé, Baldoni's camp claims the article leans heavily in Lively's favor, igniting yet another layer of outrage in an already explosive scandal. The New York Times article painted Baldoni as an unrelenting force who bullied a struggling actress, but his supporters are calling it a hit piece. They argue the article cherry-picked facts while deliberately omitting key information from Baldoni's newly launched website. The piece ignited a firestorm on social media. Some slammed Baldoni as uncompromising, while others pointed to the Times' history of publishing controversial takes. Baldoni's legal team insists the article was strategically timed, allegedly published only after behind-the-scenes communication with Lively's camp. Whether that claim holds weight or is just speculation remains to be seen. As if a disastrous box office run and a vicious legal battle weren't enough, new whispers suggest that Blake Lively could be in even deeper trouble. Rumors claim she either submitted or endorsed allegedly doctored evidence in her countersuit. If proven in court, that could open the door to perjury or obstruction charges, crimes that could, in theory, result in jail time. Legal experts caution that speculation about a potential 5-year sentence is exaggerated, but the mere possibility of a Hollywood star facing criminal charges has fueled endless headlines. Baldoni's team hasn't publicly confirmed whether they're pursuing legal action beyond defamation, but if the evidence on his website is as damning as he suggests, Lively could be in for more than just a financial headache. And then there's Ryan Reynolds. While he hasn't been formally named in any legal filings, his influence lingers over the entire controversy. Sources claim Lively turned to her husband for input on comedic elements, hoping to add levity to the film's emotionally heavy subject matter. But after fans lambasted the adaptation for glossing over the novel's deeper themes, any mention of Reynolds' creative involvement mysteriously disappeared. Now some speculate he could be dragged into the lawsuits, whether as a witness or an unintended participant in the script rewrites. So far he's remained on the sidelines, but that hasn't stopped rumors from swirling about cryptic text messages allegedly linking him to the comedic push that Baldoni argues derailed the film's integrity. At its core, It Ends With Us is a story about vulnerability, personal growth, and intense emotional reckoning. Fans who hope to see those themes reflected on the screen have instead watched the adaptation crumble under scandal. And rather than celebrating a powerful cinematic experience, audiences are caught in the crossfire of lawsuits, behind-the-scenes feuds, and now possibly felony accusations. For a film that promised soul-stirring performances, the real drama has become the daily cycle of legal bombshells. But what stings most for fans is the nagging feeling that the movie's failure might permanently overshadow the novel's impact. Instead of being a triumphant adaptation, It Ends With Us has turned into an ongoing saga, one riddled with lawsuits, countersuits, a New York Times article some call a smear campaign, and a website full of alleged receipts that could change everything. If the rumors about falsified evidence hold up, Blake Lively could even face jail time. And to top it all off, the adaptation itself has been deemed both a critical and commercial disaster. All eyes are now on the two legal adversaries. Baldoni, long seen as sincere and empathetic, must fight back against the Times' portrayal of him as a domineering force. Lively, whose Hollywood status is suddenly under scrutiny, is battling to protect not just her reputation, but potentially her freedom. Meanwhile, the fans, who once championed It Ends With Us, are left reeling from an adaptation that has been completely eclipsed by scandal. So, how will this end? In a quiet settlement? A courtroom showdown bigger than the film itself? Or a last-minute truce to salvage what's left? One thing's for sure, this is a cautionary tale of what happens when creative visions clash, egos collide, and the relentless spotlight of public scrutiny refuses to fade. What do you think? Did the New York Times go too far in targeting Baldoni, or is he really the overbearing force they portrayed? And could Blake Lively actually face jail time if those allegations about falsified evidence turn out to be true? As this saga continues to unfold, there's always more to uncover. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss the next explosive update.